everybody. Welcome to this edition of the broadcast where we give you bite-sized bits of best practices to help you be a better leader and a more effective communicator. I'm your host, Gerard Braud. They named the program after me. Anyway, got a question from the audience this week. Somebody asked the question, is there a difference between a crisis and a disaster? The answer is yes. See, many people mistakenly focus on disasters and emergencies in their crisis communications planning. But misbehavior by an executive, somebody being caught doing something inappropriate on social media, or an accusation of sexual harassment, embezzlement, all of these things are situations that could reach the point of being a crisis, but yet they're not a natural disaster like a weather event or an earthquake, nor are they a fire and explosion. So when you go through the 5 steps to effective crisis communications, step number one in the 5 steps to effective crisis communications is a vulnerability assessment. When you assess your vulnerabilities, which would be situations that could escalate to a crisis, and define a crisis as anything that affects reputation and revenue, you should have a list of what we call smoldering and sudden crises. Smoldering crises are all of those executive misbehaviors and inappropriate activities and misbehavior on social media. Those are all smoldering. Put them on that list. Then list all of the weather events, all of the natural disasters, all the fires and explosions, all those things that might be disasters. Step 2, your crisis communications plan has to take all into account. Step 3 of the 5 steps to effective crisis communications, pre-written statements. You need pre-written statements for both kinds. Where there comes a variance is when you give it to the audience. You see, if it's a sudden crisis, you want to get them that information as quickly as possible because there's a good chance somebody is on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter posting images, videos, and tweets and posts about your event. So your statement has to be issued as quickly as you know a few facts. Never wait till you know everything to issue a statement. Tell us what you know and tell us you're going to give us more information. If, on the other hand, it's a smoldering crisis, and time is not critical, and the audience doesn't know about it yet, you get to decide when that statement gets shared with the outside world. You get to control when the flashpoint occurs. So, can you have a crisis without it being a disaster? Absolutely. If you want to learn more about the 5 steps to effective crisis communications, make sure you sign up for our 5-part video program. And if you love this YouTube channel, I certainly appreciate it when you hit that subscribe button. For the broadcast, this is Gerard Braud.